Good morning and welcome back to my Fiat Ducato L1 H1 campervan build. Today I am going to finish off putting the small windows in. I did do this at the start of the van build and that was a few months ago, but I didn't want to put this video out until I'd done both windows. So I'll quickly show you that and then I'm going to play the videos from a few months ago of that fitting and then we'll move on to the next one. So this one's all in. Didn't enjoy doing it at all, but it's been in for a good few months now and it's not leaking at all. It's been really good, so happy with that. And that's it from that side, and today I'm planning to get the other side in, and I've already started by marking it. Marking it was a lot easier for this one because I kept this cut out, which fit perfectly for that, or pretty much perfectly, and just measured where I wanted it, drew around it. So I had to cut out much easier. The plan is this time, I think, what I'm going to do is cut the top half inside the van because it's easier. Don't need to be up a ladder, and then I have to do that the bottom from outside because, as you can see, I've got my foam on here and I'm not sure that it'll cut very well on there. I mean, it might. I might have to go to the other side. We'll see. But let's go back to the beginning when I started doing this window and you can watch how that one went in first. Today is a big day. I am fitting, or trying to fit, these universal windows into there. My first disclaimer is this is definitely not a how-to because I have not got a clue what I am doing here, and it's just trial and error. I've watched many different YouTube videos trying to work out the best way to do it, and I'm just kind of fashioning together my own way. So obviously the first thing is to get a template for the window. This has turned into a bit of a nightmare. I've had multiple goes, as you can see. I want to get this bit right. I think this is probably the most important part of that in the cutting. I started with a bit of cardboard, marked it up, cut it round, and it seemed to fit all right. So I copied a guy called Dave Wilson from same neck of the woods as me in the northeast of England, and he cut into a 6mm bit of ply to make sure that it fit. So this was right. When I cut into that, it didn't fit. It was horrendous fit. If I just used that up against here straight away, I would have had a horrible fit. So I had another go and reduced it down and got it to this, and it was not a bad fit, but I still wasn't happy. So I then followed another YouTube channel. I can't remember what they call the build the transit van, my van stories or something like that, I don't know, and they did it with a thinner bit of cardboard so that it was easier to do the cut. I've done that and I think I've got a pretty good cut now with this bit of cardboard. It fits pretty much perfect. So the next thing to do is work out where that is going to go on here. I have also removed this first bar here. I used the drilling method, which in hindsight probably not the best way. It's a bit more messy, and then I had to paint it in with hammerite just to seal the metal and smooth it down. I think when I do that one, I'll just try knocking it out with a chisel. I've seen people do it like that, so maybe that works. First thing I want to do is measure there to there. Right, decisions. I think I'm going to go with it there. It's obviously marked out properly. It's not even straight, but it's centre from this point here to kind of there, but that curves up, so you're never going to get it exactly centre. That is the inside, so it will actually sit a little bit higher here because you've got about an inch and a half either side. And of course, the way I'm building my van, I'm putting a partition down the back for the bikes, which will run about here, so I just want to have a little bit of the window on that side. I think that's probably going to look all right. Let's square it up and have a proper look. Right, that's it, more leveled up. I think I'm just going to go with it there. Sure, it'll look all right. So drawing around that, going off the measurement from this side, so I can copy that to the next side. Doesn't matter so much about that side. And 9.5 centimeters down, so it's nice and level. No point in putting a spirit level on because you don't have the van's level. So just going off this top line here. So we'll take this off. And that is our cut line. That's not easy to do. I mean, it looks alright, doesn't it? Let's see how it fits in. Alright, it is in, and actually not too bad. There's a bit of a gap there, that's not so good. Little bit there, see along the top. No gap at all on the sides, and it's level. I'll show you from the outside, so that's good. By the time you get your squeegee stuff in there, it'll seat alright. I don't know that anybody's getting these cuts absolutely perfect. Bear in mind you've got that inch and a half on this side overlapping. I'd be surprised if anybody manages to cut this absolutely spot on. So yep, next thing to do, I'll quickly show you it from the outside, but we'll be take it out. I've already filed down the edges. I'm going to paint them with Hammerite and leave it to dry for an hour. So it is just kind of sat there, being a bit careful with it because it's not 100% secure. Obviously it's not silicone down, but yes, looking nice. Right, we'll crack on. Right, so it has now had its coat of Hammerite. This is all degreased, ready to go. Now, unlike the normal systems, you normally put a primer on. This one's different. It has this stuff called Prep M, and you just literally wipe that on both sides and leave it for 5 minutes, and then squirt your black bond and stuff on. So there's no black primer to put on. This stuff's lethal. I just touched it by accident and it stuck my fingers together really quick. Right, so you just need to you might even not need to go up the ladder. You just need to pass it through to me. And then once I've got it, you can come up the ladder. Now hang on, because I have not got it yet. Right, I've got it. Right, now get yourself in position and up the ladder. Right, not really sure how to do this, so... So it's in. I've never seen one of these on a van before, so I don't know. Seems to be a bit of a gap. Maybe that's quite a big gap. No matter how hard I push, it won't go in. Maybe it's supposed to have that gap. Not convinced. You can see here, I feel like I want to, when it's all dry, just run like a black silicone sealer around here. I need to let this get a bit tackier and cut it off, because if you try just cleaning that off, what a mess. What a mess. Right, so that's the hole all marked up. Happy with that. Checked all the levels, checked the marks. Bit of protection from the swarf. Same on the outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a small hole first and then a slightly larger one, which is big enough to get this through, and then we'll start cutting. Turn it down to a slower speed. Always better cutting metal slowly. Right, hole is drilled. That was a nightmare as usual. Snapped 3 blades, wobbling all over, noisy, really difficult to do, but you get there in the end. Probably took about 45 minutes to end up cutting that, but just taking me time. Now I've done a quick test fit and it doesn't fit. I need to take a tiny little bit off here and hopefully it should be alright. So I'm just going to cut a teeniest bit here and then try again. So, I mean, it looks pretty level. Big test is from outside. Looking good. There's a bit of bird poo there. Have to clean all that out. So, all I'm worried about is the height, if I'm being honest. So from there to there is 8. Yeah, spot on. How that happened, I don't know. Precision engineering. Right, so I've run a file around it and I put some hammerite on it, and now I need to leave that to dry for a good hour, I would have thought. Unfortunately, because we're kind of in winter now, almost, we're mid-November or early mid-November, it's getting dark, or you're losing light at about 3:30 already here in the UK, so doubt I'll be able to get this in tonight because it's already 2:45. It's going to need another hour to dry, 4:45, just no way. So I'll have to come back to it tomorrow. I'll just have to cover it, hope it doesn't rain through the night. Right, so it's the next day. It's going to rain today and rain heavy, so I need to be quick with this. I'm going to have to cover it when I finish, but it shouldn't take too long. So what I've done this time is I've wrapped it all in masking tape, so when it squeezes out it doesn't hit the surface, because last time I didn't do that and I've left the right mess on there which needs cleaned up. Right, let's get this stuck in. First I'm going to give it a quick clean with my own degreaser. Oh, this kit doesn't come with a bonding agent, it's a slightly different one. So, ensure surface of glass and bond areas clean, dry and free dust. Just a skin there. So we set an alarm for 4 minutes. Its next bit is to see if we can get this stuff on. It's got a good coating of crap on it. Okay, don't touch it yet because it's covered in stuff. Right, hang on. Whatever you do, don't put your fingers on this side of it, so you can just press against. This is difficult. Right, give it a little push now. yeah, I mean, it can not be in the right place. Just goes in and that's it. Right, push hard on the bottom bit if you can. So went in nice and easy that. I know now that there's going to be a bit of a gap. I wasn't sure last time, but there's plenty of stuff squeezing out everywhere. So fingers crossed it doesn't leak. I think what I might do is just smooth this off with something now. Right, it's in. Fairly happy with it actually, and I've just covered that over it for now. It's due to rain in a couple of hours, so hopefully it's dried enough to not affect it too much. And it's fairly mild today, it's about 12 degrees I think, so it should dry all right. But I'm not using the van now for a few days. I'm just going to leave this until tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow, take it off, have a look at it, and then do a water test. Alright, so it's the next day. Rained all yesterday. I got about 2 hours before it rained, so hopefully all this kept it dry. Let's have a look what we've got. So there you go. It's always a little bit messy. I feel like this one sits a bit closer to the van than the other one did, so pretty happy with it. Again, I could go around there to tidy it up with some black silicone. I need to do a leak test, but it's only been in 24 hours, so I'm just going to give it another day before I pour anything on. Should be alright. No reason for it to leak. And then when you see it from the inside, you can see there's absolutely loads of this black sealer squeezed through. So it's squeezed through here and then about an inch up out the other side. So I'll put plenty in. So fingers crossed. I was going to try and take the stickers off, but these, why they have to put stickers so difficult to get off. Don't want to put too much force on this yet until this has had full curing time. It's supposed to be about 48 hours. I mean, it's fine to drive with now. It's not going to fall out, but I don't want to be pushing against it. So, yeah. Happy with that. So it's now been 48 hours since the window has been in, and it is raining pretty heavy, and it's been raining for quite a while. Having a look at the window and there's no leaks. So that makes me very happy. So that's it for this video. I'm pleased that's done. I hope you're enjoying the van build. It's all the boring stuff at the minute, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll get past this boring stuff and it should start to get a little bit more exciting. I can't wait to get the van done so I can start actually taking it out on adventures, and that's when the channel will really start to be a bit more interesting, I would hope. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again. See you next time.